Good morning, everybody. We're on day 26 of our Minute Bible Verses. So got a pretty hefty set of verses to get through today, so we're going to roll right into it. We're going to be in the book of Matthew, chapter 25, verses 34 through 43. And it reads, "Then the king will say to those on his right, 'Come, you who are blessed by my Father, take your inheritance, the kingdom prepared for you since the creation of the world. For I was hungry, and you gave me something to eat. I was thirsty, and you gave me something to drink. I was a stranger, and you invited me in. I needed clothes, and you clothed me. I was sick, and you looked after me. I was in prison, and you came to visit me.' Then the righteous will answer him, 'Lord, when did we see you hungry and feed you, or thirsty and give you something to drink? When did we see you a stranger and invite you in, or needing clothes and clothe you? When did we see you sick or in prison and go to visit you?' The king will reply, 'Truly I tell you, whatever you did for one of the least of these brothers and sisters of mine, you did for me.' Then he will say to those on his left, 'Depart from me, you who are cursed, into the eternal fire prepared for the devil and his angels. For I was hungry, and you gave me nothing to eat. I was thirsty, and you gave me nothing to drink. I was a stranger, and you did not invite me in. I needed clothes, and you did not clothe me. I was sick and in prison, and you did not look after me.'" So this is a very heavy, kind of a very real set of verses that Jesus is saying directly. So he was preaching again, and at the beginning of this section, he's talking about how when Judgment Day comes, God is basically going to sort us between the righteous and the wicked. And similar to how a shepherd would separate his sheep and his goats, as what the verses say. And he says to those on his right, the right is often figurative in the Bible as being righteous, being at the right hand of God. That's where that stems from. He's saying to them, "I was hungry, and you gave me something to eat. I was thirsty, you gave me something to drink. Therefore, take your inheritance, which is the kingdom I have prepared for you since creation," which is heaven and in paradise. What's interesting, and a little tagline to this, is he says, people will say in answer to him, "Lord, when did we see you hungry and feed you? When were you thirsty and we gave you something to drink?" What they're saying is, we never saw you on earth. Like, we never physically saw Jesus in the flesh. How did we feed you, and how did we give you drink if we were never physically there? And they turn around and say, whenever it says, let me find the exact saying, "Whatever you did for one of the least of these brothers and sisters of mine, you did for me." And that's Jesus saying, when we take care of our brothers and sisters, we feed them, we clothe them, we give them drink, we take care of them when they're sick, we generally care for and look after them. We are taking care of Jesus, because all of us are his sons and daughters in God. And when we look after one another, we're also looking after Jesus and the Holy Spirit, because the Holy Spirit lives in everybody. So that's one example of how Jesus is saying, when we take care of each other, we're also taking care of him and the Holy Spirit. Now, where you don't want to be is on the left side in this set of verses, because he says, "Depart from me, you who are cursed, into the eternal fire prepared for the devil and his angels." So the first part, "Depart from me, you who are cursed, into the eternal fire prepared for the devil and his angels." I think there's this stigma, or there's this belief in Christianity and mainstream media that Satan rules over hell. And that couldn't be further from the truth. Satan isn't going to be ruling over hell. Lucifer isn't going to be ruling over hell. He's going to be in hell with everybody else, into the eternal fire for the devil and his angels. He's not going to have leadership over this domain. He's not going to have any kind of power in this domain. He is going to be living away from God, in hell with everybody else that is sent there. He's essentially saying that he's going to be at the same level as those that go to hell. He's not going to be over them. He's going to be there with them in the eternal flame. So that's the first part. And then again, it goes on, talking about the people on the left side, the wicked. "For I was hungry, and you gave me nothing to eat. I was thirsty, and you gave me nothing to drink. I was a stranger, you did not invite me in." This is our call to say, hey, don't be like these people. These are the people, they're not taking care of each other, they're not generous, they're not showering people with their with their gifts and their love and their care. You don't want to be with this group of people, because if you don't have true love in your heart and you're not watching out for your neighbor, you're really going to have a hard time having a relationship with Jesus, because Jesus is the full embodiment of love and care and true, like, genuine love for the human race, is through Jesus. And if you aren't doing that and you're not trying to practice that, you are going to struggle to have a relationship with Jesus. So that's pretty much all I got for today. A pretty heavy set of verses. I know it's long. Thanks for watching if you made it this far. Just keep in mind, Judgment Day is coming. I'm not usually a doomsayer kind of person. My Christianity, I really try to be optimistic with it, and try to get people on board. But people need to realize this day is coming probably far sooner than we think it is. It said nobody will know the time of day or when it happens. So it's going to be a surprise for everybody. So don't be caught on the wrong side of this thing when it happens. Make sure your soul's prepared. Make sure your house is prepared. Do everything you can for those around you. We love people. We want people to come to Jesus. So this is our opportunity to get as many people on the right side of this as we can before Judgment Day comes. So that's all I got. Thank you.